Okay. This is another one that is still going too high, but I think drafters are starting to catch on, but you need to be paying attention. You need to get OBJ on somebody else's team this year. People will pay up for him. People remember the OBJ who made some circus catches, who was an elite wide receiver. People want OBJ. There's a guy in your league who's not paying attention. You can't have him on your team this year. He's going as wide receiver 10. That's still too high. In this offense, there's going to be less passing volume to go around because they've added Hooper, who is going to play a role. There's a reason they went out and got him. They're going to have a full season of Kareem Hunt to do a better job in the receiving game than Chubb has been doing out of the backfield. They went and they brought in Jack Conklin, who is a road grader of a tackle. Guard. He is going to be awesome on that offensive line. This is a team that's also going to continue to run the ball more and more. Baker last year regressed. He did not have a good season. He focused so much on just getting into OBJ and Landry. 77% of his targets went to those two players last year. Of his wide receiver targets went to those two players last year. He's got to diversify what he's doing a little bit more. He's got to look for some other open looks. If there's only two guys you got to cover out there, it's going to be a lot easier on the defense.
So it's pretty clear that you don't like receivers on run-heavy teams.
That would be true.
And I'm just thinking of this in real time here. We could have a market inefficiency here. If the word is spreading that Odell and AJ Brown are bad values because their teams are running the ball, they are going to be super high value. Can I ask you a question? Who is the best wide receiver in the NFL?
Hopkins.
No.
Yes.
It's Odell Beckham Jr. He's injured. He's not the best for fantasy. I'm not saying draft him number one, but if I'm looking, if everybody's at 100%, this guy is the man. And right now, I'm getting him for $19 at wide receiver 15 for the most talented wide receiver in the league. I mean, I'll take him.
No, I'm telling you what, he is not going to be efficient enough. They do not want to throw the ball as much that way. His career touchdown rate is not 6.3%. And so even with the touchdown rate of 7%, he's still only going to come down with 8 touchdowns probably. There's just not enough volume there to support that. You look at what he did with his season line last year. If that continues to progress the same way this year, and you give him another few touchdowns because he had a bad year last year, he's still going to finish as wide receiver 23. He's going to come right in around wide receiver 20 as a fantasy option this year. There's obviously an injury risk baked into this price as well. But there are guys who are going to finish higher that are just going to cost less. You can get a guy like McLaurin, Metcalf, Gallup, Ridley, Woods, Kupp. All of these guys are guys who are going to finish with at least as many fantasy points that you can get for much less in your auction.
So first, let's assume that Baker has the offensive line that he had at the end of 2 years ago, and think about how well he was playing. And imagine Odell being on that team 2 years ago when Baker was playing that well with that nice offensive line, because you know what? They have replaced the guys that left from 2018. And what happens when Odell doesn't get his share? What happens when Daddy doesn't eat?
Daddy complains.
Daddy complains. That's right. That's all I got to say.
No, and again, this, same with AJ Brown and OBJ. These are good players. I'm not saying they're not good players, but these are guys that you can get other teams to spend too much on, and you can pivot to guys who are going to produce the same volume of points, but at a better cost in your draft there.
Yeah, I think that needs to be hit home. Is all of the guys we're putting up are really great players. I mean, we're talking about Patrick Mahomes and Evan Ingram and Lev Bell, Josh Jacobs. These are really quality players. Odell Beckham. These are maybe the best players in the league.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we don't want them because their value is wrong.
Right. All right, Brett, you got one more for us?
I have one last one.